My name is Dr. Dennis Harrington, owner of Locomotive Annihilate Service. Case File 12, Jock. My men and I were looking for engines to scrap when we came across Jock. Both of his back wheels were taken off. He had one missing side rod and his face was decaying. He also had busted handrails and one missing buffer. He was covered in roots, all the way up to the back of his tender, which I think was rusting away. We thought he was dead, but when he opened his decaying eyeball, most of my men ran back in fear, screaming about dead zombies and ghosts. We began to cut the roots away, starting at the tender all the way up to the main front of his face. Then we bought a crane to lift him up, but of course the crane fell, knocking the engine on its side. So, we grabbed a cutter's torch and began to cut him up. He did scream. We had to put a cloth in his mouth to keep the screams muffled. Once he was dismantled, we got a car here and took most of the parts to our lab to be tested for this thing called gold dust. Now let me tell you about gold dust. Gold dust in this universe is quite different from gold dust in other universes. Gold dust in other universes can, let's just say, from the top of my head, creates the world. But the gold dust in this universe, where we found Jock in, this gold dust is quite different. It can bring engines back from the dead. What else can it do? You can teleport. What else? What else can this gold dust do? Well, that's all I can think of what the gold dust can do. That's all I can think of. Turns out, when we tried to analyze Jock's parts, he didn't have a bit of gold dust left. But his file did say 2020. So that would be no hope to us. But he did have a pal called Mr. J, I think. He's our next target. As well as his stupid railboat friend, Riff. Well, this has been Dennis. And now, case number 12, Jock, is finally done.